I believe Jasmine Crockett, didn't she express some, she expressed some difficulty understanding, or said that Byron Donalds was whitewashed or something because he's married to a white woman. I found this interesting. This is a leftist who's expressing some racial animus, which seems to go against what leftists say they stand for. But anyway, let's play Jasmine Ratchet here, and let's hear her talk about Byron Donalds and his wife.
Mm-hmm. And if we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skin folk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, like, I mean, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, like, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you. I'm not really sure like what it is.
Well,
but
you couldn't even be married to a white woman under Jim Crow.
Correct. And it took Joy to call him out. So I'm like, bruh, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? Like, he just out here, you know, I feel like they give him his talking points and he's like, yes, massa, I got it.
Now, Kamala Harris married a white Jewish man. I haven't heard Jasmine Crockett talk about that. Ketanji Brown Jackson, I believe she's married to a white Jewish man. Haven't heard Jasmine Crockett talk about that. All this ghetto in the streets, colonizing the sheets, they got nothing to say about this. This is the leftist playbook. And make it make sense for me, Shemeka. Is Jasmine Crockett holding Byron Donalds to a standard that she doesn't hold leftist politicians to?
Absolutely. And it shows that she's so illogical and just irrational. She is a mutt in the highest order. Like, this is what they do. They just spew trash talking points that make absolutely no sense. Because if this was the case, then as you just stated, she would have to hold Kamala and Ketanji Brown, Don Lemon. She would have to hold all of them to the same standard, and she doesn't. So this lets us know that this is because Byron Donalds is not going along with the everyday okie-doke black talking points that they like to push on black people. The Democrat talking points. So she has a problem with him having his own mind. And that whole Jim Crow statement is taken completely out of context. I don't even understand how some people got that he was saying it was a better time. Like, if you listen to the entire thing, that's not what he was saying, but this is what they do. And she went on the Breakfast Club and nobody called her out for it as she sat there shaking hair and constantly pushing it back. That's not hers. That does not resemble the hair that grows out of her scalp. And I just don't take these type of women seriously because, again, when you see them online, they have so much to say about black men that marry white women, but nothing to say about black women that marry white men. I'm sure she has esteemed Serena Williams. She's probably big up Eve. She probably loved when Meghan Markle married Harry. But when it's the other way around, all of a sudden this man is whitewashed, or it's because he's skin folk but not kinfolk. That's ridiculous, but it goes back to what we've been saying all along. They like to put these loudmouth black women in positions of power because they are the ones that will stand flat-footed and say things that make absolutely no sense. But as long as they say it loud enough and with enough neck rolling and eyelashes, people will buy into it because that's what we applaud, degeneracy and buffoonery.
So I'm going to say the real quiet and uncomfortable part out loud and get myself into trouble and make more people hate me. But I just, based on the data in terms of divorce rates, in terms of feminism, in terms of women willing to be a helpmeet. Wouldn't the data say that there's a demographic of women that in a great high percentage want no part of submitting to men, want no part of supporting male leadership, want no part of participating in a patriarchal culture. And I believe Byron Donalds was previously married to a black woman. Now, there's a bit of controversy about what that marriage was about. Someone getting citizenship, I think, was partially about that when I've read up on the marriage. But isn't Byron Donalds just being mathematical and logical and saying like, hey, I'm gonna choose the demographic that seems to be in support of marriage and seems to be in support of male leadership. And there's a demographic that I come from that here in America at like a 90, maybe 6% clip has no interest in doing that. And so he's like water. He's going to go the path of least resistance.
Yeah, I do think I saw somewhere that white women have a very high divorce rate. Like if you marry one, it's like a very high chance that you'll get divorced. But when it comes to the submission and the desire to be married, I have to agree with you because so many Black women are on the whole, I don't need a man train. So even if they do try to hook up with a man, they're not willing to be submissive. They're not willing to be agreeable. Many of them don't want to be fit. They're fat and out of shape. 4 out of 5 Black women are overweight. So they just don't want to line up with the idea of marriage. And Jasmine Crockett is 43, never been married, and doesn't have any children. So she doesn't even seem like she's interested in being married. And so many are not. They want to have children, some of them, but not want to actually be a helpmeet. They don't want to bring that support and assistance to a man, and they just don't want to do it. So I do think Byron Donalds has been married for 20 years. This woman is tried and true at this point. So hopefully that didn't shake him. I'm pretty sure it didn't. But no one is going to actually look and say, you know, Jasmine has a point. She doesn't have a point when you look at all of the Democrats that she tells us we need to support that have also married outside of their race.
I don't want to beat up. Well, I actually do want to beat up this point just because I just think it's important. It's Black women and the embrace of the matriarchy and the embrace of feminism. They have no idea what they're doing to their sons. And so you become a mother while being a feminist, while preaching, I don't need a man, and you don't understand the nature of your son. Even if he's raised improperly, there's something within a man that wants to be a leader, wants to be a patriarch. And if he doesn't see the helpmeet mentality in his mother, he's gonna start assuming like, this ain't what Black women do. And if he has that desire of like, hey, I want to help me, I want an anti-feminist, not a feminist, and his example in his home and in his upbringing is a hardcore feminist, it's going to make him look elsewhere for, okay, well, who was raised in a home and who actually wants to support a man and live out a biblical lifestyle? We're victims of a mentality that is so widespread within our culture, and only, you know, the Black man can correct it, but he needs some help from the Black woman to correct it. And so I look at Byron Donalds and I look at the men that have taken a lot of flack for marrying outside their race, and it's like, well, maybe they're just reacting to what they see from the data, what they see from their own upbringing. Maybe they feel like they have no choice if they want to be a real man. and be a leader in the home, because maybe it's just not allowed among a high percentage of Black women. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.